London had it all. Why is it so hard to live here now? There was a time when London felt like the city where anything was possible. From glittering careers to world-class art, buzzing nightlife to leafy parks, London had it all. But now, more people are quietly asking a hard question. London had it all. Why is it so hard to live here now? From skyrocketing rents and long commutes to fading community life, the capital is showing a side many didn't expect. In this video, we're exploring the changing reality of life in London today and why it's no longer the dream it once was. The cost of living in London is out of control. The cost of living in London is the #1 complaint for almost everyone who lives here. It's no secret that London is the most expensive city in the UK, but the gap between income and expenses is now wider than ever. The average monthly rent for a one-bedroom flat sits comfortably above £2,000, and that's not even in the poshest parts of the city. What makes it harder is that this isn't just about rent. Add energy bills, groceries, council tax and broadband, and you're looking at another £1,000 to £1,500 each month. Many Londoners now find themselves budgeting down to the last penny just to keep the lights on. For those earning below the median wage, it's more than a squeeze. It's a daily survival act. And while people from abroad often imagine London as a glamorous, opportunity-rich city, the locals know that even the basics here come with a heavy price tag. So when people ask, why is London so expensive? The answer isn't just because it's the capital. It's because wages have stalled, demand has exploded, and the system has left the average person scrambling to keep up. High wages don't stretch like they used to. One of the myths that continues to swirl around the capital is that high wages in London make up for the high cost of living. And yes, it's true that many London-based jobs offer bigger salaries compared to other parts of the UK. But here's the problem. Those wages no longer stretch. Take a salary of £50,000. On paper, that's solid. But once you subtract income tax, national insurance and student loan repayments, your take-home pay is closer to £3,000 a month. If you're paying £1,800 for rent, another £400 for bills, and £300 for commuting, you're left with barely anything for leisure, savings, or unexpected costs. The so-called London bonus has turned into a London illusion. Many professionals find themselves working harder than ever, but with less to show for it. The cost of eating out, childcare, and even a simple haircut is much higher than elsewhere in the country. What used to be a city that rewarded ambition now feels like one that just drains your wallet, one transaction at a time. The commute is wearing people down. The London commute, a daily tale of packed carriages, delayed trains, and the never-ending escalator shuffle. For many Londoners, just getting to work feels like a full-time job. The average daily commute in the capital is now 74 minutes, which adds up to over 12 hours a week, and that's on a good week. Services like the Central, Northern and Jubilee lines are notorious for overcrowding during rush hour. Commuters are often left standing nose to nose with strangers, trying not to spill their coffee or lose their temper. And don't get us started on the heat in the summer. Some tube trains still have no air conditioning. Then there's the cost. A monthly zone, 1 to 3, travel card costs over £160, and if you live further out, it can climb well past £250. It's a lot to pay for a service that can feel more stressful than helpful. For many, the joy of living in London is undermined by the sheer exhaustion of moving around it. What once felt like a connected, exciting metropolis now feels like a logistical nightmare. Fun is still here, but it costs a fortune. Let's be honest, life in London today still comes with perks. From West End shows and rooftop bars to open-air markets and riverside walks, there's never a shortage of things to do. But the real question is Can you afford to enjoy it? Even the simplest outings add up. A trip to the cinema? That'll be £15. A drink with friends? Expect £6 to £7 for a pint and £12 to £15 for a cocktail. A casual dinner? You're lucky to walk away under £30 per person. Even many of the free attractions like museums and art galleries come with suggested donations, pricey cafes, or long commutes to get there. And once you factor in the time spent earning money to pay for all this, the magic starts to fade. That vibrant London lifestyle everyone talks about, it still exists, but more people are finding it's priced out of reach, and that's changing the heartbeat of the city. Where did the community go? You'd think that in a city of over 9 million people, you'd never feel alone. But that's exactly what many Londoners experience. One of the biggest shifts in recent years has been the slow erosion of community life in London. Gone are the days when local shops, community centres, and neighbourly chats formed the backbone of a borough. Gentrification and rising rents have forced many long-time residents out, leaving behind a city that's increasingly transient and corporate. Local pubs are replaced with chain bars, independent cafes give way to luxury co-working spaces, and entire blocks of new flats sit eerily empty, bought by overseas investors but never lived in. What makes a city feel like home isn't just its landmarks or restaurants, it's the people, the stories, and the connections. And when those things start disappearing, London feels less like a community and more like a showroom. London's personality is changing. London had it all: grit, glamour, and that unmistakable sense of cool. But lately, many feel like the city is losing its edge. Areas that were once hubs of creativity have been scrubbed clean and rebranded. Think about Shoreditch, once a haven for street artists and indie musicians. Today, it's more avocado toast than underground rave. This isn't about nostalgia. It's about identity. London's charm has always come from its patchwork of cultures, histories, and contradictions. When high-rise apartments replace music venues and artisan delis replace market stalls, something vital gets lost in translation. Yes, investment brings improvements, but too much polish can dull the personality that made London feel alive in the first place. It's not that the city is worse, it's just that it's becoming less London. Mental health is quietly suffering. Living in a big city comes with pressure, but in London that pressure feels constant. The grind of earning, commuting, and just keeping up can take a serious toll on your well-being. According to NHS England, Londoners report higher levels of stress, anxiety, and loneliness than anywhere else in the UK. Long working hours, tiny living spaces, and limited time in nature all contribute. And while there's increasing awareness of mental health, access to support can be patchy. Long waiting lists for therapy and the cost of private care are real barriers. Even socialising, which should be uplifting, can feel like a competition. Who's busier? Who's booked what? Who's doing life right? The pressure to perform in every area, career, friendships, fitness, makes it hard to switch off. When simply surviving the week leaves you drained, it's clear that something in the lifestyle isn't working anymore. More people are moving out for a reason. Every year, thousands of people move out of London, and that number is growing. They're not just chasing cheaper rent, they're searching for a better quality of life. Cities like Leeds, Bristol, and Sheffield have seen an influx of former Londoners, drawn by the promise of space, nature, and community. And it's not just families or older couples. Young professionals, creatives, and even tech workers are now embracing regional cities where a mortgage is possible, and stress isn't guaranteed. The shift began before the pandemic, but lockdown accelerated it. Remote work opened people's eyes to how much of their lives they were spending just getting by in London, and how much more was possible elsewhere. The result? London is no longer the must-live destination it once was. It's still a global powerhouse, but it's losing people, not because they can't keep up, but because they're choosing not to. London had it all. Why is it so hard to live here now? Because the balance has tipped. High prices, burnout, and fading community ties are pushing people to rethink what they want from city life. London still shines, but for many, the light is now too bright, too fast, and too expensive to enjoy. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and turn on the notification bell.